Yo, what up? Hello, Amorjoy. Let's see. There we go. All right. So, today I am working on a new attack style. This one is currently called BEATDOWN, and if you've ever played Punch-Out, or Super Punch-Out, or, you know, any of the Punch-Out games, it's basically that, but you have to avoid an attack like that in Angels and Demons. So, the way it'll work, essentially, is kind of like a mix of the dodge and defend attack styles. So, you'll have an idle stance. You can dodge to the left, dodge to the right. Instead of dodging up, you'll be able to dodge down. And then, since it's a mix of the defend styles, you'll either press the jump key or button to throw a right punch, and press the run key to throw a left punch. And of course, you can get hit yourself, but the attack itself will be used for, you know, however many different enemies, but it'll show up mostly in World 3. Let's see, how would I phrase this? Each attack will be a little bit different in the sense that some of them can have a timer, and some might not have a timer. You'll have to deal a certain amount of hits to the enemy to actually KO them, in quotes, which will just count as a counter and you'll deal damage to them. But if there's no timer, you have to do that. You either get hit and, you know, that character dies, or you land hits and the enemy will take damage. But if there's a timer, you know, you could just survive. Current objective, survive, basically. But most of these animations are done, for the main character at least. But I do need an enemy to actually test the attack style with. So that's where the Gluttank comes in. He has a little 2-frame animation here that will be his idle, and then I need to make one for his punches. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully this is not a super short stream, but it might be. I don't know yet. We will find out. But anyways, let's get going. So we'll start by making these animations. Didn't really think initially when coming up with the idea for this attack style just how brutal the perspective stuff would be for some of these attacks. Might end up having to reference some punch-out animations to see just how they did these and made them look correct. This needs to be angled down, I think. Bro has mitts. I mean, it's okay. I won't really... I'm not putting, like, a super huge amount of effort into this just yet, because it's, very early. Brother Man Bill! Brother Man Bill is the brother living at the top of the hill. Da 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 da. Brother Man Bill, Brother Man Bill, Brother Man Bill, da 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 da. Mental hijacking is occurring in the chat right now. Shocking, I just decided to stream. Too much stuff has just been like, what if you didn't stream? You know how funny that would be? Recently? Just earlier today, I was thinking of streaming. And then the power like started having like issues. Lights went out for like 5 seconds and then came back on. It's like, dang, if you don't want me to stream, you know, just make the power go out all the way. You know, such is life. Not really sure what direction I should move his left arm here. Hey, I know this song. Hi, Momo. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I had a lot of energy today, so I felt like streaming, honestly. It could be where I've drank a lot of soda, but, you know, either or. Oh yeah, YouTube added different moderator tiers, didn't they? I kind of... I think they added that in between, like, the last time I streamed and now. I don't remember. I also don't know how to update it, so... Don't they usually do, like, rollout stuff with it, though? It's so true, actually. Yeah, you have, what's that thing called? Ads on your videos. So, yeah, you probably would get it before I would. What am I doing here with this hand? But, like, real. Wait a minute. No wonder. I'm doing the silly and I'm putting the thumb on the wrong end of the other hand. You'd think freaking this many eons of drawing this stuff, I would learn the proper anatomy, but no. Never ever. I still do it to this day. Okay, yeah, this will work. Just need to speed it up a little. I mean, once I start getting into some of the more weird enemies, I honestly could do that and have it make sense in canon, but... Oh, that arm is shaky. Maybe I don't want it to come in like that. Okay, so I can do the lazy thing with this animation and just mirror it right now, since I'm mostly just trying to get an animation to use for testing. And I have that. I have an idle and I have a punch. Of course, I need to be able to punch from both sides, so we'll do the classic this thing, whatever this is called. How big is the sprite? There's no easy way to do this that I know of, so 3. Copy all these. Oh, that's so real, actually. Thankfully, the DOGs have been a little bit quiet recently, so... But... You know, hopefully I didn't just jinx it. Knock on wood. Oh, I probably shouldn't have knocked on the... No, don't start barking, Dexter. That was me knocking. Oh, okay. This time it's my downfall. If they start barking, it's literally my fault. Okay. So we have a left and right punch with varying degrees of quality. Right punch is definitely higher quality than left punch, but placeholder. We love placeholder. Just need to export these. And just like that. Currently adding in the sprites to Game Maker. I'll change the source shortly. Not Glutslinger, Glutank. Punch right and punch left. Ah, yes, punch right left. That's exactly what I topped Game Maker, I'm sure. Okay. Let's see. Source. Let's find Game Maker. Pop it on here. And let's see. Yeah, okay. Into Game Maker. So I already have a little bit of this stuff done for the new attack style. Mostly just the variables and whatnot set up. I've not actually loaded up the game to test it, but that's part of it. I can't really load it up until I have enough to do any meaningful testing, because I know it's just gonna do things I don't want it to do. So essentially I have like some really really cringe looking if else structure for animations, but I mean, it should work. It should work. It's mostly just like priority animation stuff. So, you know, like if you're knocked out, you should be knocked out over anything. if you're dodging, you should dodge before you're punching, and if you're hit, you know, this actually should probably be moved up a little bit, but, you know, hits should take place over dodging. So that way there's no phantom hits or anything, you know, where you're dodging, and then you can't act because you're hit, but you're not displaying that you're hit. And all these different little variables are, you know, where we should approach, what we should do, yada yada yada. So I do have a manager object here that should make things work, but again, I don't know. What am I looking for? Enemy focus. Yeah, this, I believe, is all set up properly. Okay. I need the actual enemy focus script to make sure that it's set to put our player in the right state, which it is. So this should hopefully be the fourth? Yeah, fourth new attack style. So we've got platformer, collectathon, pose, and boxing. Which means I only need to make... So, the way they're structured is I'd like these attack styles to be revealed, like 3 new ones for each world. So, World 1, you have your basic ones that all of them are based off of, mostly. Dodge, defend, and freestyle. Then World 2, you got sequence, mash, and team jump. So, with World 3, you're going to have pose, you're going to have boxing, or beatdown, as it's called. I say boxing because I'm looking at the internal tag for it right here. And some secret third option that I haven't decided on yet. It could be another team-based one, because there's, you know, a few of those I could do. We have team jump, team defense, team dodge, team freestyle, and team sequence. So I could do, you know, one of the other 4 that aren't team jump. The only reason I'm avoiding doing that is, as it is in planning right now, World 3 is going to primarily be focused around Yui, as in you'll be playing as Yui solo for the biggest majority of the world. So, World 1, you're going to 1 location. World 2, you go to 2 different locations, Western and Eastern. World 3, you're going to have 3 different locations. Shocker. The way World 3 is currently planned to work is you'll go to these 3 different locations as Yui for story reasons, but, you know, either way. Alright, I will hopefully see you in a little bit, Gabe. I don't know how long I'll still be streaming. It kind of just depends on my audio environment, I guess. But, yeah, drive safe. Okay, so this is all set up properly. This is management stuff. So now, I need to go into this setup. Set up beatdown. Set up beatdown should give us proper stuff. We feed it a player that we're targeting, an enemy we're targeting, an amount of hits to be knocked out. That's for the enemy, and if there should be a timer. So we'll set that up in the glut tank. So you might be thinking, why the glut tank for this one, right? The reason is that he kind of reminds me of Bear Hugger from Super Punch-Out, for one. He just kind of fits pretty well. And 2 is that currently in Angels and Demons, there is a boss rush. And in that boss rush, there's not much variation. Once you actually get into it, it's like, oh, well, it's the same enemy, just a different color and more health, like every RPG does once you start making it through things. And I don't really like that, so I thought about setting up some extra attacks for enemies after you actually, have beat them. You're in the boss rush and everything. Ideally, the boss rush will be unlocked way later in the game than it is right now, because I like boss rushes. I wanted to include one so that way Kaguya could have her presence in the game other than like a small, in quotes, cliffhanger cutscene at the end of the game. But as it stands right now, it's kind of in a sucky state because it's basically the same. Like, the attacks are a little bit faster, the enemies have more HP. A lot more could be better, right? Because why should these enemies be locked down to the same, say, Glutank, Glutarist, Pepperoni have only 3 attacks, or I guess different attack styles that they're able to use, which is dodge, defend, freestyle. Why should they be locked down to that? So, ideally, boss rush will unlock it after you beat World 4. So that'll give you plenty of time to have gotten versed with most of the stuff of the game. You'll have experienced probably half of the attack styles at this point, and I can throw these extra ones in. So Glutank could have a beatdown attack, and it just makes sense because you've learned more at this point. You're ideally better at the game, so it's just a matter of actually programming it to work properly. So what I will do is set up an alarm. Alarm 1 equals 60. We'll do 1 second. One other thing I need to do is actually add these extra boxing variables into the parent object here, because I haven't done that yet, and that could be an important thing for continuity, so we set it up in here. Reset enemy vars. So I think by default, blocking should be true, so that way you don't immediately go into the attack style and you just like beat them up. So boxing hit equals false. I think that's all we need. If I need more variables, I'll just come back to it. Alright, so now back here, at this point, everything should be initialized properly. So we'll go into our alarm 1 and boxing send punch. What did I name those variables? Okay. Let's see. We will want to set block to false, and we will get a random range. Or we'll just do choose. We only need the 2. Choose 0, 1. Okay, that should do it. So we want to drop our guard. And then sprite index equals SBR blood tank beatdown punch left. Okay. Now this is set up properly. Up that to 1.5 seconds. I'm going to throw a punch after that time, and we'll do B boxing punch left or B boxing punch right. Then index equal to we want being hit to take priority here, so sprite index equals hurt sprite, since that's something we store. Okay, Wi-Fi got nuked. That's sad. I hate to hear that. Okay, boxing hit, punch left or right. So now we need to actually go over to our player object. This is where we'll do this collision stuff. Okay, if other dot. First we want to check if the other enemy is blocking the boxing block. So if they're not blocking, that's when we're actually going to do different things. So, not blocking, but oh wait, almost forgot an important thing that we'll need to add in here. An extra variable, the boxing punch left land. Such a long variable name, but it must be done, I think. And go up here to our glut tank. This needs to be false when we start a new one. And to avoid some redundant code, we can just make these be whatever this is. Alright, so. Oh, a KO. That's an interesting extra thing. How could I forget that? Boxing KO equals false. So, the boxing manager equals this. And then we'll put that in here too. The boxing manager is no one, because we don't want this to be an object if we're not boxing. We'll need to actually look here. Ah, that's not what I want to do. LOL. Actually, maybe that is what I want to do. Close all but that. We'll open you back up so that way clear everything out. I do need to see my beatdown manager. What variables do you have? Hits. Hits and setup beatdown. Hits and KO hits. So we'll do a check to make sure everything is lined up properly, basically. Hits is less than boxing manager dot KO hits. That's what we want. Actually, we want to do greater than, because I want to initialize this as like a value that isn't 0, so I was thinking about that and made sure. So this needs to be less than or equal to? Yeah. Otherwise, we should be in our KO state, because this would mean we're KO'd. So what do we do now? Sprite index equals hurt sprite. Image speed should be 1. We don't want to, not be doing anything. If we should have an animation in this case. Of course, this will get changed up a little bit later to be more detailed, be more per character. Could end up compartmentalizing this and making it just a function, but I don't really want to do that right now. I want to make sure that the actual attack style works. So I guess we should do one last thing. If instance exists, the boxing manager, because we only want to do this stuff if we have something to pull information from, otherwise the game will crash. So when this happens inside of this object, we can actually have a separate alarm go off. So if it doesn't exist, we should just end the attack. So state equals enemy return. I need to put in some position stuff here. X plus equals the boxing manager dot def x. That is x divided by 4 times delta r, and do the same thing but for the y. And what this will do is there's a value stored inside this boxing manager that will actually contain just default x and y coordinates for where you should actually end up. So that's what we're doing here. We're making sure that we snap to the correct position, essentially. So we need to put the player in this position too. Give you plus 32 because we want you to be slightly lower. Or, yeah, this will work properly. Hold on. Do that normal, but this needs to be different. So we'll do a little trickery here. Calc bbox, or no, we need to do this. Our bbox bottom minus this. There we go. So effectively, this will give us a adjusted position. It'll make whatever this, like, it'll make whatever character has this code in it, snap with their feet, or I guess the bottom of their hitbox to this location, basically. Or it should. Guess we'll find out shortly, so. Okay, set up the beatdown. We need a beatdown manager. Your UI maybe should work. But we also need to do this. Then destroy. Let's see here. Battle manager dot show player info equals disabled UI. So I want to do it like this. So re-enable UI. If the player UI in battle is already disabled, we don't want to like make it re-enabled after the fact. We want to keep whatever state it had before. But obviously, like, if it is enabled, we want to disable it. But if it's already disabled, we don't want to re-enable it after the fact. So now I think it's ready. No, it's not ready. I didn't finish the collision stuff. Collision with this. Okay, so if enemy is not blocking, if other.b punch boxing punch left and b boxing punch. What is this variable name? Gotta fact check it with everything. So many to juggle at this point. This does not have the underscore because it is the player. Okay, if punch left and we are not dodging left, do these, and not dodging left and not dodging down, then we should take damage. Take battle damage, RID. Okay, and we will do the same for punching right. Ideally, these will never both be true, but actually, wait a minute. Wait a moment. They actually could be true. This saves me a little bit of work, but might be spaghetti code. If boxing punch right, so we want to do right and left. This will be the only case where dodging down is what just works. So this would cover both sides. It'd be like a kind of motion, like with both fists, I guess. And box dodge down. Then we should take battle damage. Actually, we'll divide this by 2. It's only the power of 1 punch, but this one, you know, you get hit by the big one, it should just be, you know, as is. Make it a little bit more fair. Subject to change. So here's our dodge. Next, I guess we should check, or actually this should be punch land. Good thing I caught that, or else that would be insane. Insanely incorrect. Okay. Feather dot So this is if... wait a second. It's a wee bit confusing. Should you only be able to do this if they're not blocking? Yes, but this is for getting hit, so... Let me think on that for just a moment. Gotta remember my keybinds for my VTuber. It's been a minute. So, if we're blocking, or if the enemy is blocking, then none of this would ever happen. So that's kind of like a catch-all. We'll do... Oh, don't autofill Game Maker. If B box punch, L land, or B box punch. Right. R land. So if the enemy is blocking, then we shouldn't do anything here if we land either of our punches. So we'll just audio, play sound, SMD. What kind of sound do we want here? Stomp? Sure. Oh, we need to set hit effects for this. B box hit L equals true. Do the same here. Except for here, when you're getting hit right. Okay. I think I might have this backwards, actually. This might be backwards. Yeah, this might actually be backwards, because if this is right punch, and then this is right hit. No, wait, that's right punch. Right hit, right hit. Right hit. No, that's right. That's right. I did think about it correctly. That's shocking. Okay. So, I guess 9 times out of 10, any enemy you're fighting is going to be stronger. So, I guess enemy hits should take place, like priority over player hits. Yo, Guest School, what's up? It's been a minute. Yeah, we're working on a punch-out type attack style for Angels and Demons called BEATDOWN. So let's see. We'll make enemies take priority. Let's see. How do you get good at this? That's actually such a good question, actually. I mean, it really depends. I've basically, let's see, I started development like February of 2 years ago, so I guess it's just like spend a lot of time with it, because I mess with Game Maker like every day pretty much. Kind of same with FL Studio, Ace-Upright, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of just spend a lot of time with it. You'll eventually get good at it. If you want tutorials, you know, Sean Spalding's like the go-to. Or if you, for some like weird reason, want to do 3D in Game Maker, Dragonaut Spam is really good at 3D, from what I've seen. Those are both people with pretty deep, intricate knowledge of Game Maker, but you know, I wouldn't really say I'm like super good at it either yet. There's probably definitely a better way to do this, but I mean, as long as it just works I'm not gonna complain about it. But let's see if B box punch R land or B box punch L land. These are for player hits. Boxing hit is true. So that should update it, and we should we deal battle damage? No, this will be, that's handled after it's over, because we don't want it to take damage and then be some kind of weird death thing, since this is the enemy calling the attack. So I do need to set these to false afterwards, so we don't do funny things. I think this is what I want for it. I think. Only thing left, I guess, is to take this. But let me check this enemy return. That's where this updates. Skeleton hand reveal. Real. What's up, Lolly Memes? Enemy return. What does this do? I need to double check. Does this? Yes, this updates player state. We go back to idle, which is what we want. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting something for this still. What am I forgetting? The actual event in the manager, of course. How could I forget? LOL. If hits is greater than KO hits, then we should do something silly. We'll do a placeholder sound for now, and I'll make one later. And instance destroy. I think that's what would work. So if we've landed hits, oh, of course, incrementing the hits. Duh, that's something I need to do. Okay. Here. Oh, this needs to be set in here too. The boxing manager dot hits plus plus. Shoutouts to plus plus, my favorite incremental operator. And this, I guess this just needs to be stuff included into the main battle enemy. No, wait. Battle char. Yes. The boxing manager equals no one. And this needs to go in here as well. Reset battle bars. Boom. And safety checks, because this is something we will pull information from. Boxing manager. I'll do the same thing in here, because ideally this should never execute, but just in case. Now it's like a moment of truth. Will it work? First try. We will find out. Okay, while this compiles, I will return momentarily. Alright, we are back. Okay, need to... Okay, runners up. I bet I didn't add in the... I didn't add the code for the Glutank to actually use his new attack. LOL. So maybe I should actually do that. I knew I would forget something. Knew it. Let me go up here and... I probably should have checked before just closing the game. Maybe I already did do that. Ah, I did, of course. Silly me. Thankfully, it does not take super long for the game to recompile, because we have the Game Maker virtual machine. So, test this out, see if it works properly. I have my doubts because I'm almost definitely forgetting something, but we'll see. Ah, the game has crashed because I did not supply colors to the manager. That's actually expected. So, okay. Let's see. I need to get these colors from this, so... why not set up a macro for it, since it's something that's going to be reused now? Okay, and go right back here. We don't need that. These are adjustment variables for making it flash whenever you're at low HP. So obviously we can't have that inside of a macro because it has no idea where that is. Unless I go through some convoluted process of making this global, which... No. I definitely just did these incorrectly. This one needs to come here. And this one goes down here. Yeah. Okay. So... BEATDOWN manager. And then, actually we need to set up BEATDOWN. That's what we need. Okay. We'll just feed this in here. Okay. That should just work. Let's see. Does this get declared in here? No. Which is good. Alright. Go ahead and compile. And alright, real quick, just before I test this out, I need to make a phone call, so I will be back shortly. Okay, we are back. Let's see, where's my... There we go. Alright. That is not the enemy I want. Lol. There we go. Okay. I'm being silly and forgetting things. See, half of this code I wrote like 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, maybe more. So there's some stuff in here that I might just totally miss. So, let's try that again. AFK break required, making a phone call. I went, while I was doing that, I checked up on my puppies, and water. Water break does wonders. Just unfull screen this because it might. Oh wait, I was about to say, wait, it's working, but it's definitely not. There we go. Do the funny? What did I forget? Unknown object. You wouldn't. Why would you be an unknown object? But like real, why would you be an unknown object? Setup. Beatdown. I guess that needs to be an ID. I can't pass self into that. Which feels counterintuitive, but I guess it depends on how it does it. So I guess it does ID lookup anyways. Maybe that's only possible on, say, that same calling instance. So in this case, if I use self here for anything, it wouldn't have to do the ID lookup if I just said ID, but then again, I also wouldn't have to do that anyways. There's like never a scenario where that makes sense. So maybe I'm just forgetting something. Unknown object. Any ID is not set. Okay, what is it then? Let's see, battle queue. Draw battle queue. What does this pull? What is the name of the variable? An underscore! Of course! Of course! Of course! Of course, an underscore. It wouldn't be anything but an underscore. I love when I make my own problems for myself like this. The magic of programming. Trace it down. Underscore enemy ID. Underscore enemy ID. Of course. Okay. Now it should work. Or we should at least not crash. Hopefully. Oh, I actually press a key to change it manually. Now, theoretically, I could, like, real-time transcode the voice into, like, some kind of script, pass that into, like, one of those AI emotion thingies, but that's, like, that's a headache, actually. But No, over here, if you'll notice, anytime it changes, I'm pressing a key over here. So I have a neutral, shocked, happy, determined, thinking, facepalming, smug, LOL, and whatever this is, dumbfounded. And I can, like, actually, let me, like, pull up the program real quick. If I, let's see, I'll go over to this. This scene I use for making my devlog videos. But if I actually click into the VTuber software, you can see I made a little UI and everything for it. Yeah, whatever this is. So ideally, I'd like to refine this program a little bit and like release it publicly, because it was originally just made so that way I could solve a problem, which was originally I would spend like 6 hours, I guess, maybe. I would spend, depending on the length of the dev update video, I would spend a lot of time manually keyframing the different PNGs for like this little character here. So instead, I decided, you know what, I know a little bit about this type of stuff. I mean, I made a rhythm game. Surely I can make something that interprets audio, right? So that's what I did. Like, click these little buttons. You can change your input and everything. Increase sensitivity, scale, and whatnot. You know, just view the sprites. And it's got a nice little interface to it and everything. It's pretty cool. So, and then when I, like, you can't actually see this because it's not display sharing, but if I minimize the window, the background and everything automatically hides and goes transparent. So, it's pretty neat. Back to the scene though. Alright. Please just work. Shoutouts to my game just working? No. Okay. Hit is not set. Why is hit not set? That should be set. Okay, reset enemy vars. Sure, you know, I mean, why not put this in the parent event? I mean, this is in here too. We'll just reset it in here instead. It's probably safer to do that anyways, and it's... I mean, I could probably eventually set this up in a way that the player uses these same variables, but... You know, hey, that could also make it where enemies could dodge too. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Why didn't I do that in the first place? But... Okay, now let's try. Sometimes programming is just all about trial and error. Sometimes doesn't make me feel good because it feels like it's bashing my head against a wall or something to hopefully get it to work, but you know, at the same time, it's like you're literally teaching a rock how to act. Oh, well, something happened. He did not go to the correct location. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We've got the manager. Manager exists. Gotta take in this information. Alright. Beatdown manager exists, but the HP bars are really long and improperly positioned. So we need to not do that. It did not hide the player stats either. And it did not... No, wait, maybe it did update the state for the player, because that says idle, but I bet if I go in here and look, there's not a name for this state. Nope. State equals beatdown. We need to update that. Okay. So, Might as well set those up there. Just as safety checks. One of these days, once I've got some more music ready for it, I'll do a stream where I'm charting rhythm game tracks. I feel like that would be pretty fun. Only thing is, Osu can be slow sometimes. Or a little bit laggy, but... Well, Osu Laser at least. But... I don't know, I mean, that might change, because the most recent update to Osu Laser is, like, really solid. Like, the song select screen used to be, like, super duper slow and laggy. And, like, my PC's not that bad. Like, technically, like, you could argue that my hardware's a little bit outdated, but that's more of like a how you look at it thing. Like, I have a GTX 1080, I've got a Ryzen 7 2700X. It's like, I have hardware made in the last 6 years or so, right? Osu Laser is meant to run on, like, it's meant to run on phones. I mean, surely if it's meant to run on phones, it can run on my PC, right? So, you know, when the song select is like dipping to 90 frames a second, but gameplay can hit upwards of 800 frames a second, that's how you know something's a little off. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I know Peppy and Smoogie and the other developers of Osu and whoever else contributes. I know they've got to put a lot of work into it. I mean, I got to use Game Maker, right? Which, of course, there's nothing wrong with Game Maker, but like, they're building Osu Laser from scratch. Like, they wrote everything from scratch, and I'm like, dang, like, how do you even do something like that? I can't hardly imagine. Like, if I had to do all this from scratch, not using an engine like Game Maker, I don't know. Okay, so what's up with this? Did my stream crash? Typical YouTube moment, honestly. Okay, so... Hey, I am back! Alright, let's go. Let's see, this... HP bar... Set this to 12. Specs. I have a Ryzen 7 2700X, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM with 3200 megahertz clock speed on it, a GTX 1080, and a bunch of storage, and a 240 hertz monitor. But that's not really hardware specs, more as accessory specs, I guess. Yeah, it is pretty good. I'm not denying that, but I mean, you get some people, like the people who have like more money than they know what to do with, that upgrade to the latest every year. 3600, let's go, bro. Joining the winning team. I wouldn't really say I'm an AMD fanboy, but I definitely have never used an Intel chip. Like, I've never willingly bought an Intel chip. My original PC, I guess my original, like, it had a AMD Phenom 2 4-core, and it was a thing that existed. I mean, hey, that's not too bad. It's a little bit old, but that's not too bad. But yeah, Phenom, like, it was something. I mean, somehow I managed to run on this PC. It was an AMD Phenom 4-core, like it was like 2.6 gigahertz, but it was old. I had that and a GT 710 GPU, and that PC somehow, some way managed to run Overwatch at 720p 60 FPS almost consistently. How it did that, I have no idea, but like I went back and looked at it, and the minimum specs for Overwatch, I didn't reach that with that PC. I did not reach it. I had like, it was either half a gigabyte of VRAM or a full gigabyte, but it was no more than that, I don't think. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but like Overwatch was like, oh yeah, the minimum is like 2 gigs of VRAM or something like that, and I mean, somehow, some way managed to like average gold, low plat ranks. So of course not anymore. Like I'm kind of, actually that's a lot. I won't say I'm bad at Overwatch. I am pretty good at Overwatch, but I am one of those people that definitely will blame losses on teammates. But please understand that I play support primarily, right? I play Lucio, I play Kiriko, and I play Zenyatta, okay? I play support, I queue for competitive and everything, and 9 times out of 10, I have top kills on the board, top healing, and top assist with least deaths, and we're still losing. Like, I do carry, and I can back it up too. Like, I will put my money where my mouth is if I have to, but on top of that, I also don't play with mouse. I use a tablet and pen, Osu style, for it. I don't play Overwatch. Fair. It's Overwatch 2 is just slowly going downhill, sadly, but basically the only thing you need to understand about everything I just said is that basically I play support characters and do better than our tanks and our offense characters, while also still playing my role as a support. So let's see, I think I need to actually beat down HP bar. This needs to go like here. Maybe that's why it's not working properly. But yeah, I actually I have a drawing tablet. It's not hooked up right now, but I used to use that to play FPS games. Like, I play Overwatch and occasionally Valorant just because I had some friends that played Valorant time to time, but now I just don't even bother with it because I can't stand that game. But I would hook up tablet and pen and use that in place of the mouse, and I feel like I can aim better that way. Shoutouts to Osu. What was I looking for? Beatdown manager. There we are. Add a few bars onto you. And I'm actually not sure on how I need to structure this code. Basically, what I'm looking at right here is this little pixel sprite. And what it does is, since it's solid white, it can have any kind of color blended onto it. So I can make it red, I can make it green, whatever. But I want that bar to stretch and shrink based on how much HP you have. The issue with that is having it have a actual width. And that's what this should be. But it doesn't seem to want to look properly. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got going. It might just be tweaking variables and fixing up that origin. Okay, so okay, I do want to go disable this inside the metronome because it's kind of hard to look at the rest of the interface when this is enabled. So, it's actually I think, maybe if I square this. Perhaps. Wait, that's not right. There we go, like that. This is getting my noggin joggin', TBH. Why did I set this to black when it should be white? There's one visual issue fixed. I guess I need to look at the Glutank and figure out why he flies up to the top of the screen. That's not what he should do. So... I guess we'll just have him approach the default. Mine is like... Oh wait. Everything makes sense. We're taking a small value and subtracting it from the big value. Or subtracting a big value from a small value. I just had the math backwards. Okay. Well, hopefully it should work now. He says for the probably like 15th time today, but it is what it is. I'm actually pretty impressed with streaming on YouTube because it seems like anytime I stream on Twitch, I end up, hey, it does work properly. I got folded! Man! Okay. This is good information. Okay. It did not, it's okay, we're not seeing gameplay in here. Why? Runner, please. Where are you at? Runner. Game Maker Runner show up in OBS. Okay. We have info, that's good, but okay. Anyways, as I was saying before I was interrupted by my own game, what was I saying? Yeah, YouTube streaming, I never seem to get any dropped frames on YouTube, but on Twitch, I can barely stream on Twitch for some reason. The past, I want to say 3 or 4 times I've tried streaming to Twitch, it's ended up dropping more than 25% of total frames, and I have no idea why that happens. But, I mean... what do I know about doing this streaming stuff? Twitch is weird. Twitch is really weird. It's an exclusively Twitch problem because it didn't occur to me that this was even an issue that I had. I kind of just thought it was my internet being weird. Because I'll lag in games from time to time, and it's not like I have bad internet too. I have almost gigabit speeds, right? I think I'm just shy of having gigabit speeds, but it's just, Twitch, bad. I can't really say YouTube is, better because, both platforms have their issues, but Twitch is just, Twitch seems like they're just killing themselves recently, honestly. They're literally digging their own grave for some reason. Because, so many creators are getting signed over to, Kick, I think it's called. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Twitch chat, I think, is better than YouTube chat because nothing can perfectly replicate you're never gonna have a better PogChamp on any other platform. Even though they replaced it to, they replaced PogChamp with Komodo Hype because of something or another of whatever the dude said. Some allegations or something. I honestly don't remember what went down, but I just know that they removed his face because he said something that wasn't friendly. I know, bro, okay, that bot and fingernails one, that one slaps. That one's a good one. I think that's the only good one of the bunch. But that crying emote is that doesn't seem like crying. That seems like I don't know. I don't even know. It's a interesting emote. But but the nail biting one, that one goes crazy. Truly the emote ever. Okay, that does like humongous damage. What in the world is that? Face orange, raised eyebrow. The emote name ever. Okay. Okay. Perhaps I was too harsh on you, YouTube. Alright, let me peek under the hood here with how this is going on. Is that freaking SpongeBob eyeballs? That is SpongeBob eyeballs. That's straight up SpongeBob eyeballs. That first one. What was that one called? Hand orange covering eyes. That is absolutely just a SpongeBob emote, but okay, yeah. I'll give it to him. I'll concede. That one's like, those are some decent emotes. Alright. Shoutouts to YouTube for doing one thing right. But until better TTV is like fully implemented on YouTube, so that way people can drop like freaking Keck W and everything else, Pepe Hop, Cat Jam, whatever, into chat, Twitch is still on top, sadly. I just, like, I wouldn't be able to live without Keck W. It's just too good, honestly. My favorite emote. Let's take a look here. What do we got going on? Check my phone. I'm getting notifications. Okay. What browser do you use? I know in Firefox it's just like peeking into the add-ons and just doing stuff with it. I couldn't tell you how to do it for Chrome because I've not used a Chromium-based browser in who knows how long. Let's see. Firefox, let's go! Firefox is actually my favorite. Let me see here. If you go to, let's see, add-ons and themes. So let me I guess change to a display capture here. Yeah, okay, so add-ons and themes, and then manage. You can just take it on here in the permissions tab of it. Pretty sure that's how it would do, at least, but it doesn't. Better TTV has never properly worked for me, even on Twitch for some reason. Like, even though like the permissions are there and everything, and like settings for it are enabled, like I check for updates, and it just has never worked for me for some reason. Which sucks because I love TTV emotes. It's just they just don't show up locally, only on like other people's streams. And you can try them in here, but I don't know if they'll work or not. So, but if you drop a Keck W, I'll absolutely know what you mean. I should put up a poll, like, because I've heard some people pronounce Keck W as Kekwa, or Kekwa, and I was like, bro, what do you mean? I've never ever heard it said like that until like recently. And I need to know if I'm in the wrong for saying Keck W instead of Kekwa. But let's see, what was I going to do here? Oh yeah, Glow Tank just insta-folds you. For what purpose? This purpose. This should go in here, and really, that's actually interesting. I wonder if I'll have a similar situation once I start getting into Japanese speaking stuff. I'm in the process of learning Japanese because I'd eventually like to, I won't really say translate Angels and Demons to Japanese because that's like an insane task on its own, but I would like to know how to read Japanese and understand it for 2 reasons. One is when I hopefully eventually get the game translated and localized, I'd like to know that it's done properly, you know? And the other reason is because I unironically need to write an anime opening for the game, and this is not satire, I'm being 100% serious. But W in German isn't W, it's just wa, like the W sound, like wa, or wa, I guess. I kind of understand what you're saying. I mean, an audible explanation would probably be a lot easier to understand, but I feel like I understand what you're saying. Okay, I'm gonna see if this works properly. I will probably actually have to end stream coming up here soon, sadly, but how to explain a pronunciation via text? Skateboard. I'm looking at the skateboard emoji and I'm just imagining like some kind of Jet Set Radio sound effect, like a hip hop hit, like a pew 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 pew. Shoutouts to skull emoji though. Okay, I don't know why this is not hooking into OBS properly. I might have to do something silly. Where is Game Maker Runner? Capture specific window. There we go. I don't know why you weren't working properly to begin with. Okay. So, here's where we're at with Beatdown. He shows up. You can dodge. You can also get hit, but it doesn't reset. A little bit of wonkiness, but the base functionality is there, and that's what I'm going for. So, we're in there. I think this is kind of a good place to leave off for today, actually. But, I want to start streaming more frequently. Like, I know I said that last stream, which was probably, like, exactly a month ago. Let's see, let's just double check that. July 19th. It actually was! I was joking when I said that. June 19th was the previous stream. I don't want to be like, I don't want to stream monthly. I would like it to be more consistent, but my situation's a little bit hard because I usually have a lot of background noise going on due to family members, but either way, I think this is a good place to leave off for today, so yeah. Anyone else who's here, thanks for sticking around and watching, and more joy, thanks for coming and hanging out, but yeah, I guess that's it for today, and, you know, be sure to, if you're not already in the Discord, you know, go ahead and join it, you know, get pinged whenever I'm live again, it'd be really cool, so, but yeah, thanks everyone for coming out, and